Hey, what is up everybody? Zero Fats here coming at you on behalf of the Life and Times of Zero Fats.adventuresontheriver.com. Guys, today I want to talk to you guys about 5 ways to get your money right. Now I know we've been talking about the super product all week long. I've been doing affiliate promotion for Alex Jeffries on the super product all week long. But right here in the middle, okay, I want to kind of like put that to the side just a little bit. The thing about it is, I don't want to talk about these 5 ways here. I'm tired of being in my house. I want to get out of here. I want to take some sunshine in, and I want to show you guys somewhere that I think is really, really cool. So, that being said, come with me. Let's get out of here. Hey guys, as you can see, this place is quite deserted. You know, the fact is, the world changes, alright? And if you don't change with it, you're going to get left behind, which is what happened to Kmart. One of the first things you should be working on is your credit, right? How to get your credit right, okay? Now listen, I know a thing or two about this. I went from a credit score in the low 500s to a credit score in the upper 700s in less than a year, less than 12 months I did this. And do you want to know how I did it? How I did it was mostly using credit cards. Okay, what I did was I got a secured credit card first because I couldn't. And you got a credit score in the lower 500s, you're not going to get a credit card. Okay, got a credit card that was secured by my bank. Okay, but when I got the secured credit card, I used it as a simple tool. What I did was I automated our phone bill to be paid by this credit card every month. And then I just paid the credit card. I never used it, right? But here's the key with the credit cards. Automate them if you can and don't use them. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you keep it under 30% utilized. Alright? 30% utilized. That means if you have a credit card with a $1,000 limit, you never want to use more than 300, okay? Now, don't get it mixed up. You can't go out today and spend $300 and say, hey, I'm good, I spent $300, then go home and pay it online, and then like 2 weeks from now, use it again. You can't do that. I'm talking about 30% utilized within 1 month billing cycle, okay? That means if you use the credit card for the $1,000 limit today, and you use 300 bucks of it, you're done. You're done with it until you get your bill, you pay the bill, and then you start another billing cycle. You understand what I'm saying? 30% utilized per billing cycle, alright? So, yeah, keep it under 30% utilized and make sure you pay it off every single month, okay? Another point I want to mention about that is don't worry about interest rates too much, because if your interest rate is 30% or 24% or whatever ungodly stupid percentage they want to charge you on interest, it really doesn't matter if you pay it off every month. Your interest rate is reduced to 0 if you pay your credit card off every month. You never pay interest. It's like a free loan, okay? So just keep that in mind. It's very important. People get hung up on interest rates. Really what you should be hung up on is limit, okay? Because the higher your credit limit, the faster your credit goes up. The faster your credit score goes up. A $5,000 credit card, okay, will make your credit score go up very, very quickly if you keep it under 30% utilized. Okay. So, anyways, the second part of that story, I got the secured credit card. Within a few months, I was offered a non-secured credit card. Within a few months after that, they raised my limit to like $5,000. Okay, and once that happened, my credit score shot up. Okay, so, and all this was done just by keeping my credit card under 30% utilized and paying it off every month. Excellent, 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 easy way to just like give your credit score a much needed kick in the pants. So anyways, that's it for this tip. Let's get on to the next tip, okay guys? Hey guys, what is up? I am here at another kind of sort of abandoned location. It's not quite abandoned yet, but it's really interesting. I'm at my local mall, and my local mall is on the verge of pretty much closing. I mean, there's a few stores left in there. Right where I'm at right now, you can see, take a look here. The doors are kind of like, they got paper over the doors. They got, you know, the paint's peeling off. But this is the local Macy's. This used to be the local Macy's. This used to be the local Macy's here at the mall, and it's closed down. The JCPenney's closed down, the Macy's closed down. I mean, there's hardly any stores left in this mall. I anticipate within 5 years this mall is going to be closed. 18, 19 years ago, when I was like 19 years old, my first job I ever had was in this mall, right? And this place was jammed, slammed, packed all the time. It was a pizza place, right? And I worked here. It was cool. I was a kid. But those days are long gone, man. Times have changed. Times have changed, and if you don't change with them, you get left behind. My second getting your money right tip for you guys is you need to open up a high-yielding savings account. You're not going to keep your money in there forever, okay? But you need to try to get at least $1,000 saved up. At least $1,000. Alright, now the way you're going to accomplish this is you want to take 10% of everything you earn, no matter what. I don't care if it's money from a birthday card. 10% of it needs to go 10% of it needs to go in this high yielding savings account. My favorite one I like is Barclays. Barclays has got a high yielding savings account. It yields an interest rate of 1.03% right now. That's great. That's great, man. I say save 10% of everything you make, put it in a high yielding savings account until you can hit $1,000, alright? I'm going to talk to you next about what to do with $1,000. You can't just leave it in a high yielding savings account. If you do, you're going to lose money. That's just the way it is. Yeah, you're going to make interest on it and it's great, but you could be making a lot more money on it, investing it in assets and like what I like to call micro assets. Okay, things that are going to multiply your money and make money back for you with a quickness. Alright, but in order to invest in those assets and those micro assets, you need some capital. Alright, and the best way to get capital quickly is to take 10% of everything you make and put it into this high yielding savings account. So that's my second tip for you to get your money right. Start a high yielding savings account with like a Barclays. Save back 10%. Okay, everything. Anyways, let me show you guys something else. I'll see you in the next one. Guys, we're rolling up now to the third thing I wanted to show you. This is a skating rink that was really popular when I was a kid. I see they put a new coat of paint on it, but still yet, I mean, it's just kind of old and creepy, and it looks like, you know, it doesn't look like a cool place to come. It kind of looks like a cool place to come and get your kids kidnapped or something. It's just this old creepy, it's an old creepy skating rink, you know? I mean, now look, skating is kind of outdated. I mean, it's a little vintage, right? They could embrace that vintageness and really just go all out and just make this like this big vintage kind of themed skating rink and make it cool again. But they don't, you know, they're not changing with the times really. They're just kind of like holding on. And it has that feeling too. It has that feeling they're just kind of holding on for dear life. Anyways, again, you have to change and adapt with the times. The third thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was that $1,000 that you're putting in savings. You know, you get that $1,000 saved up in a high yielding savings account. And then what you want to do is you want to invest it in micro assets and assets. And what are micro assets and assets? Anything that is making you money. All right? Things that cost you money are not assets, they're liabilities. All right? My car, it's a liability. The house is a liability. All right? It doesn't bring money in, it takes money and it pulls you down. It takes your money. It doesn't bring you money, it takes your money. My YouTube channel, it's an asset. I call it a pseudo asset because I don't truly own it. You know, YouTube could shut it down at any minute. My videos are the true asset. But for all intents and purposes, my YouTube channel is an asset. It's making me money every single month. Pretty cool. My websites, they're assets. They make me money. My products, assets. They make me money. Okay, those are assets. I'll tell you a story. When you save your first $1,000, you know, from doing this 10% thing, there's a good chance you're going to screw that up. When you first try to like invest in assets, you're probably going to screw it up. And then you'll have to learn from that lesson and try again. I'll tell you, the first time I saved $1,000 using these methods, and these methods I didn't make up, by the way. I got them from reading this book called The Richest Man in Babylon. So check that book out. But the first time I saved up $1,000, I had a plan. You know, I was getting to like $700-800. You know, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna freaking invest this money. I'm gonna make this $1,000 turn into $5,000. You know, and my plan was I was gonna invest in an ebook cover creator. I'm gonna invest in white label rights for ebook cover creator. I'm gonna invest in white label rights for an ebook publisher that helps you format and write ebooks. And what I was gonna do was I was gonna get the ebook cover creator. It was gonna cost me, I think, $300 for rights to it, and then I was gonna get the it's a product I had affiliated with for a while, and I'd made good money affiliating with it, and I knew it was good software, and I had the white label rights offered to me for $500. And what happened was when it came time to do it, I hesitated and I didn't do it. I knew it was sound. The science behind it was great. I had already made lots of money. I knew it was a good software. I knew it worked well, and I made good money off of it. And it was time for me to get those white label rights and move forward, but I hesitated because $500 seemed like a lot of money to me to invest. You know, I just saved $1,000. Now I'm going to shell out $300 for this cover creator, another $500 for this white label rights. It seemed like it was just too much money to me for some reason at the time. Now, what happened was that hesitation cost me thousands of dollars. And here's the other thing that happened. Once I invested the $300 in the e-cover creator, now I had moved into my savings. So now my savings, like I just spend it on other little things, other little products, other little things. And maybe they made me money, maybe they didn't make me money, maybe some of it I just blew, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I didn't control it very well, and I lost that first $1,000 I saved, right? Bad move. But I lost thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm talking, man, I probably lost about $10,000 by not spending that $500 on white label rights. I probably lost about $10,000 on that. And every time I say that, like, it just makes me like, like, it just makes me like, ugh, I get a catch in my throat every time I say that. It's not fun to admit it, but it's the absolute truth. So the best thing you can do is while you're saving that money, be thinking about real solid investments you can make when you hit that $1,000. And then if you know they're solid and the science behind them is sound, jump. Don't hesitate, go. When you hesitate, you end up losing money. That's just the way it is. You make a bad investment, you lose money. You hesitate on a good investment, you lose money. So anyways, study the idea of assets and micro assets and what you could afford to invest in with your $1,000. What could make you more money? Because the goal is to take that $1,000 and turn it into $5,000. You know, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. The goal is to have that money working for you. Okay, while you move on to other things, that money can be working for you. That's the goal. Okay, so step 3, invest in assets and micro assets. be strategizing how you're going to do that, and don't hesitate once you find good ones. Right now, where I'm at, I laugh at $500. I've actually contacted I've contacted the creator several times about trying to get white label rights to it since. Do you think he wants to give me white label rights to it now? Absolutely not. I'm making too much money, so he's not going to give me white label rights. But there was a point in time where I could have had white label rights to that product. I hesitated and I lost the ability. So, you know, use this story as to your advantage, you know. Don't hesitate. When you see something good, there's science behind it, makes sense, you know it's proven, it works, just jump. Don't hesitate. It doesn't matter. I would pay twice that now to invest in that product, okay? Because I know the benefit to me is great. So whatever, it's not the end of the world. When you find good assets, don't hesitate, jump on them. Anyways, let's move on. I'll give you another tip. Guys, check this out. This is the old municipal public swimming pool for where I live, okay? And if you can see, man, it is abandoned. It is completely just abandoned, man. It wasn't even 5 years ago. This place was popping, happening. Kids are running around here going crazy, swimming. Now look at it, man. It's just falling apart. But this story has a happy ending. The city decided to build a new swimming pool area called the Splash Zone, and it's got cooler slides, better places to play for the kids. It's really awesome. So this is basically essentially just sitting here waiting for the city to do something with it, and it's kind of decrepit and abandoned looking. But this is a case where the city moved on and built something cooler for the city. So that's pretty awesome. So don't let this drag you down too much. Which brings me kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. Think about this for a second. You're watching a video or you're reading a book, right? And that's one way to consume information. You're just doing it to check it out. But then imagine how you look at a book or how you watch a video when you're trying to bake a birthday cake, or you're trying to, cook a turkey or something. You're kind of looking at it a little bit differently. You're trying to figure out how to cook this turkey. You got to cook it for Thanksgiving today, and you're watching the video. You're probably taking notes. You might be pausing it in between doing something, right? You might be pausing it in between actually doing the thing, in between baking the cake, or cooking the turkey. You're watching it in a different way, right? So I implore you, man, when you do the super product, when you go through that training, watch it like you're getting ready to cook a turkey or you're getting ready to bake a cake. You're doing this stuff. Take notes and then take action on it, right? Don't be the person who consumes the information and you're just sitting back all lazy, lazy and lackadaisical is the word I was looking for. Don't be the person sitting back lackadaisical, being complacent, just kind of watching something, not taking notes, and then you don't do nothing, man. You don't do nothing. Nothing happens. Then you move on to the next thing. What else should I buy? I mean, dude, look. Watch it like you're getting ready to bake a cake. Watch it like you're getting ready to cook turkey, and it's Thanksgiving Day right now. You need to make it happen, right? Every day's the Super Bowl, man. Every day is the Super Bowl. When you work for yourself, every day is the Super Bowl, okay? Don't end up like this piece of crap, right? Build the new one. Super product's gonna give you a model that works, all right? I promise you it works. It's only gonna work if you watch it like today's the Super Bowl and you need to get ready for the big game. Anyways, guys, I got one more thing I want to talk to you about, and that's my bonus section, all right? Because when you do buy the super product, I have bonuses for you, all right? Click the link below. You buy the super product from me, I have bonuses for you. And I have something called a progressive bonus. So I want you to understand what that is. Let me show you something else. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the last place I wanted to show you. This stage here in the park is pretty cool, and the stage isn't abandoned. People still use it. I just don't use it anymore. You know, if you go back in my life about 5 or 6 years, I was a rock musician. I played 2 benefit shows on this stage right here, okay? And it was awesome, you know? But, you know, I really didn't make a lot of money doing it. But that was my dream forever, like just to play music, right? It was great. But you know, my son was born in 2008, you know, and it was hard to admit to myself, but I had to admit to myself eventually, you know, dreams change, you know, and it started becoming more and more important to me to provide for my family and to be there for my son than it did to be like a rock star, right? And also, I was never really a rock star. I never really made a lot of money. I just played a lot of shows and put a lot of heart into it, and wrote a lot of songs. But dreams change. And you know, you can't be afraid to admit that your dreams are changing. You can't be afraid to own what you want to do now, because that might be different than what you wanted to do 5 or 6 years ago. You know, don't be afraid to own it and just go after it 100%. It makes it a lot easier to be successful at your new dream when you let your old one go. You just let your old one go and you move on. Don't be afraid to move on. So anyways, I told you guys I wanted to tell you about my bonuses. So when you pick up the super product, alright, I got what I like to call a progressive bonus. Every day this week, I'm adding to my bonus page. I'm adding to the bonus page. Oh, my focus on my bonus is YouTube advertising, okay? I want to teach you guys how to do YouTube advertising because quite frankly, you can get some really, really great, really cheap traffic if you do the YouTube advertising correctly. The fact of the matter is, if you can get your viewer to take action before 30 seconds, you don't get charged, okay? You don't get charged for the view or the click, okay? That means free advertising if you get really good at doing 30-second commercials, alright? So my bonus is based on YouTube advertising. Yesterday I just put in there a formula for a 35-second commercial that will help you inspire the click before you hit that 30 seconds. So anyways, tomorrow I'm going to be putting more stuff in the bonus section. It's a progressive bonus because I'm adding to it every day as the week goes by here. And I think I got 3 more days left in this promotion. So you got a little bit of time, but not too much time. You know, the super product's like $8, I think. So not too much to invest in your future, invest in yourself. And I think that's about it, man. I'll see you guys. Peace.